Hello everyone. Today we're going to read a very special story by a very special author. This story that we're going to read is called Honey, Honey Lion. And this story is by an author named Jan Brett. And Jan Brett wrote a lot of children's books. She wrote a lot of books. And you can always tell which books are Jan Brett books because of something she does. On the sides of the story, she always puts they look like decoration frames, and then she puts other pictures in the sides. And so what we do is whenever we read, I like to look at the pictures that she puts on the front in the actual story, and then look at those pictures on the side, because the pictures on the side tell us a little bit more about the story. So let's read this story together, and it is called Honey, Honey Lion. Now, I want you to read this story with something in mind. I want you to read this story thinking about retelling the story. What does retelling mean? It just means telling someone the story over and over again. We're going to learn more about retelling, but I just want you to think about if you had to listen to all the details of this story, and then you are going to tell mom or dad or aunt or uncle or grandma or grandpa or an adult that is with you, or a brother or a sister or a cousin or a friend, anyone. If you wanted to tell any of those special people this story, I want you to think about all the details. I want you to think about the things we've already learned. Character, setting, and how the setting may change. So think about those things, and those important things we've been learning is what you will take away and what you're actually going to think about when you retell a story. So I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to start reading. So let's start reading the story, Honey, Honey Lion. Look at the first cover page. Look at all those animals. Okay. In Africa, the honey guide and the honey badger are partners when it comes to honey. The little bird follows a bee to its hive, and then she leads the honey badger there to break it open with its big, strong claws. Together, they share the sweetness, and that is the way it has always been. Maybe this day, Badger was hungrier than usual. Maybe he forgot about Honey Guide, who showed him the way. Or could he have been thinking, my strong claws do all the hard work? Whatever the reason, that day, Badger would not share. Honey Guide scolded Badger as he waddled back to the jackalberry tree, his tummy almost touching the ground. She fussed and fumed as he tried to fit into his burrow. Finally, she cried out for all the animals to hear, "No fair, no fair!" Soon, all the guinea hens were broadcasting the news. Honey Guide is in major rage. But Badger didn't hear. He was sound asleep, smiling, snoring, and hiccuping from his big meal. Grump! Badger roared out the loudest hiccup of all, and its deep, low rumble gave Honey Guide an idea. The next morning, Badger woke up hungry, his tummy flat as a pancake. That's when Honey Guide flew by, heading for the gray baobab. Honey, 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 she cried, grinning. The little bird zigzagged over its large roots. Pitter patter. Badger ran after her. Pitter patter. Honey Guide flew low across the water hole. Splish splash. Badger paddled after her. Splish splash. Honey Guide glided to the top of a termite mound and bounced on one foot. Sprung! Badger scrambled to the top and bounced off. Sprung! Honey Guide landed on a hollow log. It echoed as she stomped along. Boom, boom. Badger hurried to catch up. Boom, boom. Next, Honey Guide flitted through a stand of papyrus. Tall, dry reeds waved back and forth. Clickety-clack. Badger trapezed along, muttering, "Where is that honey?" The papyrus rattled as he went by. Clickety-clack. Honey Guide led him through a field of golden bristle grass. Swish, swish. Badger huffed and puffed, but the thought of the delicious meal waiting for him kept him going. Swish, swish. Remember, they're going to find honey. By now, Badger was tired, wet, itchy, and sore. But he didn't slow down because Honey Guide was just ahead of him. She flashed her wings, fanned her tail, and dove under an acacia tree. Badger charged in after her, singing triumphantly, "Honey, honey, lion! Lion, lion, lion!" Badger turned on his tail and ran. Swish, swish through the grass, clickety-clack into the papyrus, boom, boom, boom over the hollow log. Sprung over the termite mound, splish, splash across the water hole, pitter-patter all over the baobab trees, or the baobab roots. Badger dashed into his burrow. Honey Guide cheered. In a flash, Badger was as far from the entrance as he could be. Right behind him was Lion's huge paw batting the air, but he could not reach him. And that's the closest any animal could be to an angry lion and live to tell the tale. That evening, Mongoose squeaked to elephant, who trumpeted to hippo, who bellowed to warthog, who squealed to bishop bird, who piped to hyena, who whooped to zebra, who snored to giraffe, who was overheard by guinea hen, who bugled it far and wide. It was the bush telegraph, and it said, "If Honey Guide leads you to a beehive, be sure to reward her, or next time she will lead you to a lion." The end.